Jumpscare.
FNAF 4. I've never actually played FNAF games. I've only watched them.
Yeah, that's a lot of experience a lot of people have. Anyway, hi.
Hello,
I don't know.
everybody.
Yeah, hi. I don't know if this mic is on. Is the mic on? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear your mic stream and on Discord. Hello. All right. What's on the agenda for today? Some glorious Breath of the Wild Master Mode. Excellent choice. Are you doing some kind of challenge? How come you haven't sold your spirit orbs yet? Oh, also your mic is. Yeah, Rev, you're not working.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, you couldn't hear me?
No, I couldn't. I guess you couldn't hear me either. I was trying to tell you your mic is broken.
Okay, you sound quieter than usual. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I turned down my input volume.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Okay, I think. Okay, from my. Okay, so hopefully right now. Okay, you can still hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
Good. I'm just trying to make sure. All right. All right. So, huh. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what to do really right now. Like, I know what's my goal overall. Just getting a bunch of, shrines to, get enough for the Master Sword. But other than that, I don't know where to begin.
Okay, that's a good goal. Getting the Master Sword early
Yeah,
is a
the
very
math.
good goal.
I mean, I guess I can go over here and explore. I guess while I get the get shrines, I can just, fill up the map.
Yeah,
That's
I
some.
think the first thing that you should do to start is definitely just fill in the map of
Yeah,
Hyrule
yeah,
first.
yeah. I will.
Just get your bearings a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
I would
disappointed
definitely.
that in Tears of the Kingdom, look, I know here we got a collaboration because, well, believe it or not, Monolith Soft was the ones who co-helped Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Also
Oh
Splatoon.
yeah, I know.
But I don't know. It's cool, I
I've
guess,
used.
that we have this outfit.
I was
It
gonna
would have
say,
been even cooler if we could have Noah in Tears of the Kingdom, you know?
yeah, it would have been nice collab, but I mean, there's still hope. There's still
I don't
some
know.
hope.
It's
They
just
could.
well, I guess good thing that early game and this look, the only upside with this the set is just that it's not as good as the Zora outfit, but for now, as far as my current gear, it's probably the best defensive gear, you know? I
Yeah,
don't
I
know how
mean,
to
a mixed set would be better.
yeah, there's still other gears out there that I can get at the moment, but I don't have that much materials to work with.
Yeah, you could go for the full Phantom armor set.
Yeah, I mean, I have Amiibo, if you can tell right here.
Yeah, you can also find. Oh, you should be using it has lower, the better
Actually, I
settings.
should have been wearing the Fierce Deities because for lack of defense, I could just make up with a bunch of offense,
Wear the Fierce Deity
or I could
instead of.
find the Phantom Armor, which is both defensive and you know,
Yeah, I mean, for
and
now,
has.
wear the armor and the two pieces of
Oh,
the
you
Fierce
want me
Deity.
to? Oh, you want me to look like Ocarina of Time because I'm gonna be honest, I do like just dressing up as you know certain periods of
The
time.
previous heroes. Yeah, the previous heroes will always have one of the best outfits in the
Yeah,
series.
it's kind of. Oh yeah, and I'm just saying, while I play the game, I do want to show off my knowledge of what I've known through about this game like over the years. Like I want to
Okay,
show you this cool little spot over here. I don't know if you know about it or I think
I
it's right
might.
here.
We'll see.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's right
Oh
here.
yeah,
Look at this. Look at
I've been
this.
here.
Oh, you've been here?
Oh, they left their balls. That's
Yeah, for
weird.
whatever reason, this is the only spot where cell shading does not apply towards Link. Why is
Hmm,
that the case? I don't know. I don't know, but it's there. And believe it or not, it's this in Tears of the Kingdom. It's the same thing. Like you can go to the same spot in Tears of the Kingdom, and it's still there. So
that's fun.
I guess they just left it intentionally. I don't know,
Maybe.
but I'm just saying that's probably the only spot I know. There's probably more, but that's the one I know that has that part.
I actually didn't know that one.
Oh, I think I should grab one of the what's it called? One of the
Armor
scales
option.
because I know that one of the shrines requires, I need a scale to, open it.
Is it specifically a scale or is it just any like, dragon part?
It's a scale. Also, I'm dead.
Yeah, he one shots. That's crazy.
It's funny though, I'll admit. One thing I just kind of miss about. Actually, no, I don't miss anything. It's just more of like I haven't done it in a while, I suppose. Just that, when you die, you just kind of die ragdoll. Like, it's funny,
Oh,
when it
absolutely.
happens. Now, where is the dragon?
Right
Oh, the
over there.
dragon
He's
just
gonna.
kind of respawn, I suppose.
He spawns to your right.
No, it's that time of the hour, but I just got electrocuted. Now, I know
Uh,
there's an item out there that, prevents me from getting electrocuted, but that is tied to a side quest, which I have to, you know, like
do.
I have to go like to the divine beasts. I'm just saying. And I don't want to go to the divine beasts. Not because they're hard, just because I don't want to, you know?
I mean, you don't have to complete the divine beast.
I mean, I know I don't have to. It's just that I don't know. I just like to maybe flex on that the fact that I can get the massive sword before even attempting the divine beasts.
I mean, again, you don't have to attempt the divine beast even.
I know. I've only done it once where I beat the game without even using the divine beasts. And let me tell you, it was really interesting to do that.
Yeah, you need to fight all the calamities of the land
Yeah,
before the like.
it's all I know is that from my experience and from what I saw from people, it was annoying to just, go through
Yep,
a boss rush of
it's
many forms of
certainly got its
Ganon.
charm, but I would agree with you.
Oh, hey, hi.
Hello.
I'm just saying right now, but you're live on stream.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Yeah, anyway, if you want, you can just chill and, hang out because that's what we're just gonna do. I mean, I just
That's
like
fine.
to. Okay. I mean, if you want to talk about something, I don't mind.
I'm just gonna watch the stream and maybe
Okay.
comment, I guess.
God damn it, I missed it. Hang on. I think I would like to stream more often for myself because I think it's kind of fun to do this with, you know, with you guys and you know, at least I have something to talk about. I'm like, I don't know. It's just like I have like random thoughts I think of.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you guys want to like, I'm gonna recommend me play other games. I mean, I wouldn't mind just as long as I can, get them or if I'm interested. Not to sound kind
Mm.
of like a, I don't mean to sound like a, what's it called? Never mind.
What kind of game do you like?
Yeah, yeah, this technically, I know that the Guardian weapons is
Um,
technically
uh,
weaker than anything, but it's effective against Guardians. That's the thing, you know?
I would
Yeah, yeah.
actually take the blade or a eightfold blade because I think it has higher durability.
Yeah. And if I'm gonna be honest, when I was replaying this game for stream, I was like, I honestly missed the aesthetic of the shrines and like the like bluish look of it instead of like green, you know?
I definitely prefer the light cyan blue
Yeah, over like
Breath of the
the
Wild
green, like
shrines.
teal green.
I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
same.
don't hate the green. It's just that, it's been so long and I played this game when it came out, like when it first came out with the Switch.
it definitely
Yes, I was
is
one of those
more
people,
the
but
Sheikah
still.
design is definitely more Iconic, for sure.
Oh. It definitely does have the lost in time technology feel, which I think is what they were which is definitely what they're aiming for, and I honestly love it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just think
Yeah,
that,
I do love it.
and I'm gonna be honest, I think these abilities are, I think just like pretty good overall. I don't know if I want to really compare about this in Ultra Hand. Well, like what you get in Tears of the Kingdom, because I know some of
The
those
ability,
abilities are very handy.
yeah, the way I see it, the abilities in Tears of the Kingdom are better, just like overall travel and overall
Oh, I should
creativity.
probably.
But the abilities of Breath of the Wild are better for what was being like a puzzle game.
Yeah. Although I will say this, what I like more about this is that I kind of in Tears of the Kingdom I kind of miss using bombs, like having bombs on me all the time. Now I have to rely on bomb flowers,
Depending
which
on what version
makes
you
for me gets me
play.
getting bombs kind of situational.
Yeah, I mean, again, it depends on what version of the game you're in, but it can be very easy. a mass amount of bombs.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that
I mean, to be honest, the bombs in this game is not like maybe they're useful in the early game, but just mid. But they think a lot about the bombs. I can do with bombing, so I can just fly
yeah.
in this game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I kind of wish I was that type of person. And what I mean by the type of person, I just mean the type where I'm like way creative to create some, cool shit with Ultra Hand, you know?
You mean
Yeah,
like
same.
a Batmobile
Like
or
I've
like
seen
some
some
kind
cool
of
shit online, what they've done, and it's cool, but sometimes I just, you know, I think I'd rather just, I don't know. Like okay,
It's simple. Keep it.
one of the things I use a lot in Tears of the Kingdom is like make a contraption. It's very cheap to do. Just it lets me fly all over the place, which I mean, it's it's a little cheating, but granted, it's still cool as hell though, you know? I mean, come on, you know? Who wouldn't just want to fly
Yeah,
around?
yeah.
Anyway,
I do. Wow, there's a lot of people joining today.
hang in, boy. How you doing?
Hello,
hello.
Your mic is off, by the way.
you are
Look what I
muted.
just put in gaming.
I mean, it's kind of like I'm playing the game and we're just all vibing, you know? That's kind of how I feel.
No, like in the gaming chat.
What? Oh, look at
You
the
mean
gaming chat.
Yeah, I just like looked on. I just see Xenoblade. I'm like, holy shit, it's LB.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. Wait a minute.
I'm like,
Oh my
this is
goodness, this is an LB reference. Look what I'm holding. Yes, I know it's a stretch, but shut up.
what are you holding?
the lightning blade?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Lightning Buster!
I,
What?
no, you call that a buster? This is a buster right here.
You were actually about to be hit. That would have been so funny.
Would have been no, yeah, no. It would have been more funny if I crashed into a tree, but I didn't. So
It would have been
Am
that's.
I
hilarious.
echoing for you guys?
I mean,
I
you
don't
kind
hear
of
it.
are, but still.
I
I mean,
barely hear it.
all of you kind of are, but that's on me.
I think
Hey,
it's just because you're
hey
hearing us
again.
on your
Now.
streaming device.
You're fine right now.
I don't know, I just saw you guys on. I was just
Oh,
like thinking
if you're watching
maybe
the
Mario Party
if you're watching the
or
stream, mute the
I
stream. You
mean,
can hear your own
I
mic in the stream.
usually I stream Mario Party with some friends and stuff, but today I'm feeling like I want to do something single player related, you know?
that's fair.
Not that I'm against Mario Party, you know?
Or some Smash Bros.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Speaking of single player, I have to get my friend to Five Nights at Freddy's eventually.
Oh yeah.
I would love to play FNAF. I don't have the
I've
time.
done it once, and let me tell you, there was a difference between watching. I really can tell the difference between when someone plays a game versus when I play the game, you know? Because I'm just saying, if you watch
So,
someone play FNAF, it's whatever, it's not really that scary. But when
but
you're
it's
the
like a
one doing it,
different.
it's kind of, I'm kind
So
of
Yeah.
I
panicked.
uh, a thing because I did do a wager with one of my friends.
Uh-huh. And what was the
They were
wager?
like to me, if you can catch us. So on my friends' Twitch account, I have a bit of a reputation of catching shiny Pokemon
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
when it feels like to the point to where it's just like, okay, you should probably stop catching shinies.
Yeah.
However, it's gotten to the point to where I'm mainly infamous, dare I say, when it comes to his streams.
Uh-huh. So,
So mainly, he made a bet that he play any game and would respect me if I caught a shiny seal.
and did you get a shiny feel?
No, I did not, but he did not know that.
Oh, I see.
Instead I lied to him pretty much, saying I caught it. He was so upset, and we were just like, time to play 5 Nights at Freddy's.
I'm just thinking one day, I could, if you guys really want me to, I could play the FNAF VR games on stream. I could do that.
It would
You
certainly
can just
be
see my
interesting.
reaction, like how
It would
I
be
can.
funny.
I have played the VR one.
Oh, like in VR or like just a, or just a static port, if that makes sense. Like,
No, physical one.
like actually in VR.
Yeah,
Oh, so how it went?
it was. I have to say, it's so different than what you actually expected it is from like seeing like an actual streamer.
Uh-huh.
And it's probably because the obvious part of it being like it's front of your face.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I have FNAF VR on my on the PS5 and on my PC. Yeah, but what I like to do is that I like to force my
But do you
friends.
have it? But do you have the VR for it or the actual like game itself? Because I know there is
Yes.
like two versions of it.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, PSVR too.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Why am I saying yeah, I know? It's just that I used to have an Oculus, like a Quest 3, but I sold that a long time ago.
Hmm.
And instead I got but hey, I got a PSVR 2 and it still can connect on Steam, so I can play like Half-Life
Yeah.
Alex on there if I wanted to, which I will one day, eventually. I don't know, but anyway, point is, when I had the VR headset, what I like to do is just I like to force my friends to play the game, and let's just say it was hilarious seeing their reaction, just being freaked
Oh
out.
no! Oh no! It is. It is. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my.
Like you're pretty much just pissing your pants laughing at their misfortune.
Yeah. It would have made sense if
Where
we had this costume back in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm just saying, because the sky
hmm.
and clouds, you get it.
Loud. From Final Fantasy.
Kind of realize how I went maybe OP. Uh, I'm not so sure if OP is the right word, but how powerful stasis is. Like, I can just freeze objects and, you know, hit them so that way it has like a
Hmm.
reaction.
Oh yeah, that's broken.
And if I upgraded stasis, which I don't have the materials for it, I could just freeze enemies, and that would been, that would help a lot.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's really useful for the little enemies.
Yeah, I could freeze enemies with stasis if I upgraded it, but I which I don't have the materials. But hey, I will if I encounter Guardians. It's kind of funny to me that over the years, or like compared to my first playthrough, I was afraid of Guardians, or like just like any other player, just because
But
of
it's
how.
it's mainly the fact of Guardians not that much of a big worry. It's just the fact of everybody just memes about it because the funny piano
Speaking of which,
in
there's one over
Nintendo
there.
games equals scary.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just.
That explains why like every white man quivers when Cynthia's just around.
There it is. There's one. God damn it, I missed.
POV Alarmo.
But anyway, point is, well, nowadays I figure out how to parry, and I could just parry their lasers. Now, only one issue in Master Mode. Sometimes the Guardians can fake you out. Yeah, see,
Like
the
this.
Guardian fake just kind of faked me out to parry
Yeah,
in
yeah.
time. That's kind of a cool change they do in Master Mode. Honestly, just some enemies' patterns are different. But regardless, it takes, and because of how enemies now have like um regained their health over time, it now takes 4 shots to completely take out a guardian instead of 3.
Hmm.
But I'm out of arrow. Well, I'm out of ancient arrows to do anything. Like, I want to ask to everyone who's seen the Pokemon Presents, what do you thought of it?
I have to say it's an obvious of a letdown, especially the fact of I'm sure a lot of people were expecting this was going to be more heavily based on ZA,
Yeah,
which did not get me.
I guess so.
I was like hoping as well. But at the same time, it's also the fact of really this is what we're working with.
Yeah.
So my opinions were just the 90% of stuff was for me little useless about Pokemon Scarlet. I didn't play it and the stuff like Pokemon Lab my DVD card. But I really looking for the Pokemon the new game Pokemon Champions. I think it was called.
It's pretty much just how Pokemon's version say it's now Showdown.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's
that's true.
literally paid Pokemon
Champions.
Showdown.
Because well, yeah, I know it's just basically an official showdowns, but hey, call us. Essentially, we're bringing back the stadium, which is kind of cool. And
Oh yeah,
honestly,
I will.
if it's anything like showdown, then this would be perfect for so many formats to play, like to try out.
Hmm.
Also, they got a really. I like the concept about the battles. You can dodge and everything, but damn, I hate the started. Like I don't really like the start.
You see.
For me, the only viable choice for me personally is Totodile, and it's not even close.
Huh. It is true when I guess I could say this. Pokemon has a rough time transitioning to 3D.
I would say that's most of the time,
Yeah,
but it's
but
also the fact of theoretically when you do also think about it like this, Pokemon's first ever time transitioning into 3D was because of this game.
yeah. And I'm just saying there were certain people that kind of push against the whole I don't know, like developers being lazy, which I feel like is
It's not even developers being lazy.
it's it's
It's
more
more the fact of the developers tried to do. Not to mention, it's also the fact of they can't stay in a 2D pixelated space forever.
yeah, that is true. As much as 2D sprites is now greatly appreciated, and how beautiful it can be. It kind of makes your product look a little dated, or cheap, if that makes sense.
I feel like that's
Yeah,
a good way to
pe-
put it.
people enjoy 2D because 3D exists. Like it gives the little, the little artistic way. I don't know how to tell it,
Well,
but
2D,
little style.
it's more the fact of 2D shows it in like in a bit of a retro like way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
and I guess
But to
people.
be honest, oh yeah, yeah, go go.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Don't worry. So to be honest, 3D Way is not the 3D is not that bad. Pokemon Exception is fine. Pokemon Sword and Shield is fine. But maybe they just trying too hard about the open world thing, because the problem with open worlds is just the Nintendo Switch can't handle. I can't handle it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like I don't want to play like 10 FPS because I'm near water. What the fuck is this shit?
Huh. I don't know. It's just that I see so many franchises that I like, that, or even like I see other IPs, go on further and beyond. Like I don't know if you've seen like Crash and Spyro got their like full on remastered, like full on like to the ground up like remakes of their games. And then you even see like other like IPs, like say Ratchet and Clank get a new game, like push the limits of what creativity can have at the moment.
Yeah, I get
It's
that.
cool. I think it's cool, and I do wish that other IPs like say Sonic and Pokemon can do, which they can totally do. It's just that they haven't. Well, I
Hmm.
mean, they they have recently, but at the time, I just say they haven't. And it's kind of disappointing in a way.
Yeah, just like I said, the problem I think that just the hardware, because let's be honest, you can push, you just need to push the console into the limits, but they're trying too much for a console like Switch. Like think about like Cerbid 1 for the Wii. They literally pushed the Wii console to these limits, and the game was fine.
Uh-huh.
It just worked.
Yeah.
They even made it for like the 3DS. Like, what the fuck? How? But now they can't. And now they are struggling to do running. What? You know, like a running game with Pokemon. Like what? Just they, they think I would just want to try. I'm trying to say is they need to know the limits.
Oh, it's it's kind of, I don't know. It's similar to like how Sonic used to push the envelope a lot when each game, until they just kind of stopped doing that for a while, and
It's
then
not
they
even the
stopped doing it
fact
again.
of Sonic pushing the envelope until they didn't used to. It's also the fact of with the Sonic, how Sonic is. It's trying to figure out a way to blend it all most
Yeah.
of the time, and that's the reason why, like, dare I say, like Sega always tries and wants to try push the boundary every single time.
Hmm.
Mm.
I suppose so, but I'm just saying for a time it didn't felt that way. But hey, it's just me. I don't. Hold on.
Hello.
Hey, hello. I'm just letting you know that you this is kind of like we're alive and stuff.
Yeah,
So But hey, feel free if you want to talk. You know, I don't mind. We're just talking about stuff and stuff. And I guess the topic we're talking about is like Pokemon and I guess how things could have been better or are better. I don't know. I just think that
He
some
he's
I
just
just
writing
think that's
on
fine.
the mic.
Hmm. Hold on. Okay. If there's something I already like about what the devs do in Breath of the Wild, like they go further beyond, is that even some of the clothing have physics. Look at this.
Yeah, I would say
It's
something
so
like
impressive.
what Tears of the Kingdom was, what how Breath and Tears did. It definitely did a good job of opening up the Zelda formula, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Even if I think it's okay, the game itself is just okay. I don't know. But anyway, and it's impressive that we're able to do something like this. What essentially is a powerful 360. You know, this is basically a just
Mm-hmm.
powerful Xbox 360. I
Yeah.
guess some things just go to show you that, like, maybe power isn't everything. You know?
Yeah, power is important, but you sometimes you just need a nice game to be successful.
Yeah, it's just more towards. I think what I would like to see in the next Switch game is that I've seen other games on the Switch that definitely push the limits of it, and while it's definitely paid off, I do think it could have. I do think having like maybe a better resolution slash frame rate would help it. You know, stand out like in the long run. You know, for like for the sake of like preserving, because because I'm just saying the day Nintendo decides to oh yeah, thanks. Anyway, the day Nintendo decides to put their games on PC is the day that hell freezes over, you know? I'm just saying.
Well, also the fact of Nintendo likes to be like obviously like a independent company. It's not like something like I would
Yeah.
say most AAA's out there to where
I gave up.
they would pretty much basically be like, "Oh, you want to play your game? Yeah, sure. Here you go."
I'm
Like
gonna
Sega on the other, like something like Sega on the other hand, like would do that and would not have any any regrets doing whatsoever. Next,
yeah, it's worked out fine for them. But I just mean as in like when I heard like a while back that like Sony was gonna put, their games on PC, it kind of felt like it's kind of like a double-edged sword in a way because on one hand it kind of felt like they're kind of giving up on the PS5 in a way where it no longer has that many exclusives or the exclusives are just timed, just for a while.
I get what you're saying.
But on the other hand, it's good that we're having PC ports because it does keep on like, a long legacy, of what they are.
Hmm.
Because I do think some PC ports are worth it.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, the lightning rod. I could just.
Lightning rod? You mean the trash rod?
I think this is the stronger. No, no, no. This isn't the stronger variant. Um,
You better not get rid of the Thunderblade for that.
huh?
The Great Thunderblade is way better than that weapon.
I guess so. Well, unfortunately, I do not have Zora armor, and I guess Rex can't swim up a waterfall, so I have to do this. And luckily, it's not raining, so it's this is a good thing. I can do this.
good.
You're lucky it's Farron. It should be raining.
It's slow, but this method is slow, but at least I can still cross like having like large gaps and do this.
Yeah, while I think Breath of the Wild is the superior title, I definitely think Tears of the Kingdom is functionally a better game.
Hold on. Actually, if I set to raise, oh no, the volume is based on my PC. All the way up. Actually, I can just raise the volume on your end. Can you speak up, Ori?
Hello?
No.
Am I a little loud?
Oh yeah. Why is it so laggy? I have no idea. And I don't even know how I can fix it. I've tried before and it seemed to work for a while, but I don't know what's exactly the, solution towards it. I mean, hey, I'm not the only one who has like laggy streams and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I just wish I could find a way to fix it. You know, it's kind of crazy to think that the concept of time is way different when, like, from the difference between from a child into an adult.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because to me, if you ask me, like, back when I was, like, I don't know, maybe a child, I would have said, like, a week to me felt like 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks, you know? Now a week feels like a day or two.
Yeah. It's just because you busy yourself more. You fill your time with something that's actually useful, and suddenly, when you look at the clock, hours have gone by.
Like, like, it's still crazy to me enough in a couple days from now on, this game and the Switch are gonna be 8 years old. And I would be like, 8 years? To me, it felt like, what, 4 years, you know? Or like,
Yeah,
or
I
even
mean,
less
it's
than that.
and it's been around for quite some time.
That is true, but still, though, you know?
Yeah.
It's still to me kind of shocking that it's been that long since. Oh, I guess he left.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Man.
Oh, hey.
I still remember my Wii U days.
Wow.
My Wii U days, why I played Breath of the Wild. Why?
Huh.
I,
Never had a Wii U.
yeah. Hmm?
I guess I want to ask, what's your guys' stance on emulation?
Mm,
I'm alright with it.
Oh,
I know a certain company who probably isn't, but
I know, just I'm just kind of wondering because, well, I know a lot of people has their own ideas and what do I think? I just think, yeah, go for it because if they're not selling the original product anymore, you might as well do it, you know? Emulate it.
yeah.
yeah, that's like um, the ethical way for me to use emulation, I guess. The most ethical, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to emulate, some games. It's just I don't know how. I don't have an emulator.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. My stance on it is go for it if you do not have said item, you know? If you do, then I'd still say maybe go for it because it's still kind of beneficial, but I don't know. Like, okay, so you know
I mean,
how some people on like YouTube would when they're playing like say like take for example like the party crashes uh would be playing a game like say the Mario Party like the GameCube Mario parties, you know?
Yeah.
And and I'm just like, and some people would wonder, how is it possible that they're playing this if they're very far apart? Well, it's simple. They're if they're not playing like legitimate hardware. They're just playing on on
Emulated and Parsec.
yeah, on an emulator. Yeah, with Parsec and also, like netcode and stuff. Anyway,
Oh yeah, I got this too.
like I wouldn't even consider doing it, it, except that Nintendo has yet to provide us GameCube online support, you know? I think they might well in the on the Switch too, because I think having GameCube on that is pretty much inevitable, you know?
yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I say for now, you might as well just stick to Dolphin emulation, you know? It's
Yeah.
easier and well, depending on how you think it is, but still though, it's kind of leaks better if especially if you're like if you're like very far away, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Just
still
wait.
though.
Do we really not have a GameCube online
Oh,
service?
I actually do have like a legitimate GameCube. I could just, turn it on right now and we could be playing like Wind Waker. I could be playing Wind Waker and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
I still have a legitimate Wii, so I can also play a GameCube game, I guess.
I hate Ocarina. I spent all of my life stomping. No, I meant slashing onto rocks.
Yeah, they're kinda annoying.
Yeah, but anyway, like there's a lot of benefits for like emulation because, well, one of the benefits is well, you get to play games that were never released outside of their country or their home country. You know, that's cool.
Yeah.
And even have like fan translations of it, like if it's more accurate towards the, what the script is. Because I know back then the script was pretty wild, like some games have really wild scripts and it's probably not as accurate to the original script. Oh yeah, oh yeah, and have like a better frame rate because I know that if I were playing like this game on PC, then it would have been actually 60 FPS, which granted is still kind of wild to think of, and I do hope that the Switch 2 could, this is
Yeah,
just
for
my
sure.
own wish of the Switch 2 and I don't think like it could happen, but I don't know if they will do it, but could have like generational upgrades, like increase
Yeah.
the frame rate and resolution to for like certain games. Like for example, playing Breath of the Wild on like 4K 60 FPS. Now I don't know if the Switch 2 is even in 4K, Although I
I,
think
I,
logically,
I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like at this point we should be in 4K, for like the Switch,
Yeah, I think a lot of leaks have said that it is gonna be 4K.
which
Huh.
is good. I mean, it's still good though, that it's going to happen. But still though, Although I heard some people that Now, I don't know if you noticed the patterns and stuff, but every time like 10 years has passed since the original release of a Zelda game, they release it with enhanced version. Like, like Wind Waker HD came out like 10 years after like
Yeah,
the original Twilight Princess. Same
there's
goes with
definitely a
Twilight.
chance we get Breath of the Wild HD.
I guess so, but my point is, at this point we might get Breath of the Wild 4K, you know? I say for Breath of the Wild 4K because this game is already in HD, you know? And so calling it 4K would probably be better. Now, I don't know how well that will do because why play Breath of the Wild 4K when the original game is perfectly playable, you know? And you can play it on the same console, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
it's kind of
I don't
redundant.
think
So
I don't think they're gonna go that route though. I don't think they're gonna resell Breath of the Wild as a separate game. Like it's
Yeah,
definitely
because I feel like
possible.
that would kind of be that'd be kind of pretty scummy in my opinion, you know,
It,
to do that.
it's counterintuitive. I definitely think they're just gonna update the game like a hard software
Like a
update, and then
generational upgrade, yeah.
yeah, I
I
think
would
that's
like to
most
play
likely.
this game in 60 FPS, you know? I'm just saying, there's tons of games on the Switch that could benefit from higher frame rates and a resolution. Case in point, um, the Xenoblade trilogy, you know?
Yeah, the Xenoblade Chronicles and X,
Yeah, in like 60
Breath of the
FPS,
Wild and
like a
Tears of the
smooth
Kingdom.
frame rate. Bayonetta 3 would Bayonetta 3 would benefit from a better frame rate from what I saw. And this one is kind of small, but I saw like the sequel to Mario Rabbids, Sparks of Hope was a very was I really liked the game, but man, it's still kind of like hovering like 20 FPS. I'm just saying. When I think it could have, gone higher. I mean, hey, it's cool that they went further beyond, but still though, it still would be nice to
yeah,
have a high frame rate. And also, and hey, even like existing games like reduce the load times, you know?
Yeah, I think.
or
I mean, the load times come with the processing power of the device. It's not necessarily the game; it's the hardware that's processing the software.
Huh.
yeah,
If that's the case, then many games that I know on the Switch would kind of be on par of their, PC and console other competitive ex comparison.
I would hold on to that personally, just because you're already missing a weapon slot, so you might as well.
Uh-huh.
yeah. I can the load times are yeah, because I played Dragon Ball Fighters on the Switch. Every time I needed to start a match, it's literally like a 30-second loading, and I'm like, damn, this is long. Then one time I played on PC, it's like 3 seconds, like not even 3 seconds. Like I was like, oh, that was fast.
Huh.
I was I was shocked.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, different games on different consoles will have different load times. You
I
know, a
know.
game that's on a PS5 is going to load way faster than what's on a Switch because, like Borderlands, for example, it's going to load way faster because PS5s are able to handle harder loads than the Switches, or more strenuous software. This is most definitely an Ultra Hand moment.
I know. If I had Ultra Hand, I would just remove it. Oh, hey, unlike here's an item. Here's an item that didn't appear in Tears of the Kingdom. Hardy Durian. Probably because Hardy Durians are kind of broken in this game. Why?
Yeah, I mean, they're easy to get a
Because
hold
cook
of, and
one
you can
and
cook.
it'll completely restore your health, plus giving you extra hearts.
You
One
missed one.
thousand.
You missed one.
And I'm kind of disappointed that it was removed in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, They're very, very good, but I don't know if they were actually like removed because I think I have some.
I mean, go and check because I've not found a Hardy Durian in Tears of the Kingdom.
Maybe you
I
can
think they
find like
limited
a
their spawn.
Although I will say
or maybe they
this,
just replaced it.
what is better? What I'd say Breath of the Wild was better than this is like the best. This is like to me like the best version we're playing Breath of the Wild. What do I mean? I mean when the game
Yes,
got updated. Like I know this game got updated like for the past for like 2 years when it came out, you know?
they stopped updating it after the last DLC
And no, they
with
stopped updating
Ocarina.
for like to include this feature. Hold on. It's in
Yeah,
right here. It's called the Toy-Con VR goggles.
yeah,
Remember
that was the last.
remember when Nintendo was pushing Labo as like the new like toy to like,
Yeah,
to integrate with the Switch?
3D
Yeah, I
Breath of the
remember.
Wild.
I just think it was kind of I mean, it's cool, but it's but much like other, cool peripherals, I think it's just a neat gimmick, that probably will just gather dust in my closet,
Oh
So
yeah,
I
I don't
never
have any.
really found a reason to get it. And sure, some games got updated using the feature, which I suppose that's cool, but man, but man, it could have been better because all I know is that Mario Kart like got the best support of Labo VR. No, not even no, just Labo in general because a lot of the toy the cardboard wheels and like sticks and stuff are compatible with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now I never played how it was, so I can't say what it's like. But from the looks of it, you're kind of limited. You can't do many things like you could do if you were just playing this like regularly. But I guess it's
Yeah,
the thought that counts.
So I think that's just I just think the support for Mario Kart, what was it? Like an accessory you can hold the Joy-Con like a whistle? Yeah?
Huh?
Like, yeah, that's cool, but kinda mid. Like the Wii got it too. Like you can buy a off-brand accessory, Wii accessory, and boom, you can play Steel Wheel on Mario Kart. That's like a $10 accessory, and that's
Oh,
fine. But now Nintendo is gonna do the same thing, and it's gonna cost like 60. No, that's a no. That's a no for me.
hmm. Yes, I guess some people were just hopping on towards the thing, even if I think it was just it was just meant to be a gimmick, anyways.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be a gimmick. Maybe a better price would have done it. Like Amiibo is a gimmick, and it costs like 20. That's fine.
Yeah, but at least Amiibo aren't that, disruptive, I suppose, to the flow of things. Yeah, in some cases, how well you put it in the game, it depends, but still, though.
Yeah, as
I
Amiibos
remember,
can
I remember a
actually.
time when I wouldn't get a game just because it had no Amiibo support. Yeah, I know it was stupid, but still.
I mean, that's fine. As Amiibos can also be a decoration. So I have like like a 20 Amiibo that I don't use, but they're cool to see. They're nice.
Yeah, I suppose so, but I mean, hey, from my experience, hold on, wait a minute, I can just do this. Just oh, it didn't took damage. Oh, it did, but wasn't really that noticeable.
That wasn't automatic.
Yeah, I mean, it took damage, but it wasn't really done. Anyway, although I will admit, the Hinox, oh, I'm
Uh,
dead.
yes,
I'm dead just because I wasn't even that close to the spear, but
he
I
was
just died.
indeed shocked about it.
I don't know. I do think that, like, nowadays the Switch is seen like, obviously when a game goes multi-platform, the Switch is usually the inferior version, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
now.
for sure, for
Hopefully
sure.
in the future it'll be
Now
better.
there are some cases where the games, depending on the game, it's kind of, they're equal. Like, all versions are just equal, which is probably the best form. And the Switch gets a leg up because it's, a console,
It depends
But
on the
other,
game. Like
it's a
a game
hybrid.
like Undertale, it's fine.
Yeah, that is true. Because I do think because I do think to me the Switch gets a leg up because, well, I can take it anywhere. Which, granted, nowadays, sure, I go to a university, and I do,
Mhm.
when I'm on break, I can just, play the console. But still, But besides that, where else do I go to? Like, I don't really have
Yeah.
that much of a purpose, but hey, I guess to some people it is, pretty good though. And
Oh,
I don't want to take it
that's
from
very
them.
good. Also, yeah, I think the main font of success, other than portability, is also the exclusive. Like, yeah, I love my Mario Party. I love Mario Odyssey, but I can't play anywhere except on Switch. So I need to buy it.
Oh yeah.
The exclusive are carrying the console. If the games weren't an exclusive, no one would buy that. Like, why not? Why don't play Mario Galaxy 3 from on on the PS5?
I suppose it's just kind of
You almost just died.
like I said earlier. The day that Nintendo goes multi-platform or even on PC is the day that hell freezes over.
Nintendo is never gonna do that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's why
They
I
haven't
used to.
done it
Yeah, I don't
before,
think so.
and they're not they're not scrounging enough. They're not scrounging for pennies enough. Xbox and PlayStation are honestly like dying. The only thing that they have going for them is the quality of their device is actually pretty decent. I'd
That's
still
Xbox
true.
will
rather
keep
like
us in the dead.
I would still rather like a pro like gaming PC over either
Yeah,
of them because I can just get both of their quote unquote exclusive games on Steam for the same price and have it run smoother and you can
and it kind
mod
of has a
PC.
lasting legacy in a way because
Yeah,
PCs can you can
Nintendo.
have like the settings to the max, whereas
Yeah,
the other consoles there's like a set limit.
yeah, and definitely speaking, Nintendo for sure isn't exactly winning the foot race on quality of device, but in terms of longevity, which is still the best console they have ever made because of the vast variety of games you can play. The library is absolutely massive. The third party games that you've got on there are also very good. There are a lot of really good third party titles,
Yeah, I
and they're
know.
only going to get better.
And yeah, and you want to hear a joke that like I would say an ex friend would definitely say to me.
Hmm.
Yep.
All right, the joke is this: the Wii U has a lot of charm and charisma. What do you have on the Switch? I have
That's true.
games.
That's true.
I have games.
Um, and actually, we had the Breath of the Wild before Switch, so like Breath of the Wild is a Wii
That is
U.
true.
It's the Simpsons race car meme. I'm just saying, like Wii U has charm, but the Switch has games, you know. And
It is kind of crazy.
I'm gonna be honest. I
I
think I
think it's
just prefer just games, since that's what I do on a
yeah.
game console. Like,
I
things like
know.
the 3DS like has those extra features like like a notepad and you can capture audio and take pictures and even what's it called? Play like mini games are. It's a cute novelty, but that's just but that's kind of it. It's just novelties. Like I just rather play the game, that I can get. Which I'm just saying my ex-friend kind of is obsessed with, and well, let's just say that me and him just kind of don't go eye to eye when we kind of talk about this conversation.
Mm. Hey, I was thinking about the games from the Wii U.
Not
And I,
Not him. I got
I was
electrocuted again. The same way.
no way. So I was thinking about the games from the Wii U, but I think Wii U got some very good games. Like you got the Super Mario Maker, you got the Pocket Tournament,
Yeah.
Mario 3D World was fine. I think every console like had 90% of mid games, and then the 10% carrying the console.
Yeah, and I'd say Splatoon was one of those few games that carried the console, but not by much because, well, it's kind of a niche thing. Well, it's not
Yeah.
even. I wouldn't say niche anymore because no, actually, why should I say niche? Because it was no, literally, like if there was kind of a reason to get a Wii U, it would probably be Splatoon. But unless you like, you know, shooters, then you're kind of out of luck. Then why bother?
If you want a shooter, buy a PS5 and I don't know, play COD. I don't fucking know.
I mean, hey, like a year after Splatoon came out, Overwatch exists.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And you could have just played that instead. This was
Yeah.
when, well, Overwatch, from what I heard, was good.
Oh, which one was
Nowadays,
fine.
yeah, but nowadays people prefer Marvel Rivals.
I mean that I do. That's because Overwatch 2 sucks. Because you can't get free skin anymore, and I think something about the loot. No, yeah, that's just the free skins and free stuff. Because Overwatch 1, you could get the free skins from loot boxes, and that's fine. But in Overwatch 2, you can't do that, and you need to pay. So
Yeah,
it you like that, I just gone for it.
because I'm gonna say this. I think Splatoon is to me one of the more creative shooters I've seen.
I know, for sure, for sure.
It's
Yeah, I
definitely a
just kind of
game.
wish it was appreciated more. I tried my friends get into it, and so far they kind of dropped it.
I have Splat 3, and it doesn't resonate with me very well.
Yeah,
It's not a
I
bad game. It's
mean,
just
after like,
I don't
I'm
like
gonna be
how it.
honest, like after, I kind of wish that they continue support with Splatoon 2, and that's so that way Splatoon 3 could have been a Switch 2 game. Because by then,
Mm,
I think Splatoon 3 would have been like way exciting. Like pretty exciting to do.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think they dropped it a little early.
Well, hey, you know what is a good thing about these what's it called? Um, these weapons or something like that. I don't know. It's just that at least I'm dead again. Like I was like that thing like was homing towards me. Like it was coming towards me like quite fast, and I
Chat.
guess I could have just. Don't you think
Chat,
so?
what
It
is
was
the
enchanted.
definition of insanity?
Yeah. Do I look like I know what? Do you know what the meaning of insanity is? Please. Hold on. Wow, looks like well, it's a good thing I. Oh wait, I didn't put the thing here.
No, you have done it.
I know. Just stop dying. Yeah, that's easy for you to say. Because you're not the one who's doing this. But anyway. But the reason, look, I want a
It's not
dragon
that
skill because I
hard.
need it for is to open open a shrine.
The game's not that hard. Come on, man.
Maybe I should have. I don't know. And never mind. I still kind of need to think about some things. Oh, wait. Oh, boy.
Okay, then I think I'm gonna go sleep. It's like 3 a.m. Well,
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice having you around. But, you know,
yeah, same. It was a nice time.
yeah, yeah. Come on, join us if we're ever doing this again.
Yeah, no, why not?
Okay. So, goodbye.
Okay, then. Bye bye.
As soon as you say goodbye, Farosh is here.
Talk about lucky.
Oh, it came in my side. Good. Now let's see if I don't get fucking electrocuted again. Yep, there it is. Now let's run away. Okay, if there's something I like about the behavior of these, of like certain enemies slash you know, creatures, is that they have like different patterns. The cool detail is that when you get a scale or like an item from a dragon's, they go up in the sky and they go through a wormhole. They create like a little
Yeah.
wormhole, and the only way to like you can farm dragon scales.
Oh yeah, I know. You can
Yeah,
just
in
put a
this game you
campfire.
can, and but in Tears of the Kingdom it takes like a long time to get even just one dragon scale.
It's because they're on a
Like,
cycle.
and that's kind of honestly the thing I kind of hated about Tears of the Kingdom because some things just take longer than before. When I think they were perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
I actually kind of liked it though.
Oh, you did?
Mainly not because it was longer or anything like that, but it was just because it made it different, but it was still enjoyable
I
because
suppose so.
you can ride on the dragon like now. Like you can go on their backs and you can like
Oh
fly
yeah,
around with them. And
that
I
is true.
really,
You
really
could, but
liked that.
it's just that now I'm just saying like when I need a specific thing upgraded, it just takes longer to do for no
Yeah, I mean the
reason.
cycle takes like 10 or 20 minutes. So I mean it's a long cycle to change, you know, or to like be available again, but it definitely, you know, it changes how you approach something. Because like then whenever you see the dragon, you're like, oh, let me grab a heart that I'm gonna need later. Or or
This is
oh
fine.
yes, it's the dragon. But in Breath of the Wild, it's just like, all right, time to upgrade this thing with my 50 dragon parts that I slept at a campfire for over and
I guess
over.
you can say it's basically hello like hello sunshine or something like that. You know, the farmer just milking the shit out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you're
kind of
looking
what
for
it
the
is.
st- you're looking for the
That's
stone for the Korok,
I
right?
mean, the dragon parts are not just I mean, they're not just for upgrading. I can farm enough, like the horns, just to get enough
So
money, like a lot of
yeah,
rupees in the game, if I needed a
yeah.
lot of rupees. But
Use stasis. Use stasis. Oh yeah,
if
there you
there's
go.
one thing I actually like from Breath of the Wild that also Tears of the Kingdom kind of not fumbled it, but kind of like stopped doing it. It's that yeah, you know how silver and gold enemies can drop like gems, you know?
Yeah,
Well, in Tears of the Kingdom they don't do that anymore, which is kind of
I was actually okay with that.
I don't know. I kind of at least to me it gave me a reason to like fight them more, you know? Like go and find them and
Yeah,
like
I mean, it
it's
certainly didn't help that they removed gold enemies in their entirety since
why.
Breath of the Wild 2 one that has Master Mode.
Like I mean, it would have been cool if Tears of the Kingdom had like a master mode and see how difficult it can get, right?
I think Tears of the Kingdom's Master Mode would have actually been insanely difficult.
But it would have been a fun challenge, though, you know?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying it wouldn't be, but it definitely would be like somewhat impossible because Tears of the Kingdom's like abilities, they're good, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but Breath of the Wild is a much easier game. I found Tears of the Kingdom to be more difficult than Master Mode Breath of the Wild.
Oh
Even though
yeah.
enemies couldn't heal in Tears of the Kingdom, their HP pools were so much higher. Like, I actually, it was incredible how tanky enemies were, and the weapons that you start the game with are so bad. Like, towards the end of the game, you've got diamond tipped weapon, and you've got, you know,
Yeah, you get
flux
some.
construct tier 4 weapons, and
Yeah,
all this
now
and that.
all the weapons are just decayed.
Yeah, which I
Yeah,
do
now.
like because it makes you want to go in the depths more because you can find, like, if you break a weapon enough times, you can unlock it in the depths. Those soldiers that are down
Mm,
there, like the ghost soldiers, they'll hold those weapons. So if you break like a Royal Guard's Claymore, you can go down there and one of them will be holding a pristine Royal Guard's Claymore. And it's
yeah,
going to be
and
way
also
stronger.
some of the champion weapons from Tears of the Kingdom are nerfed. I'm just saying. Like for example, I think like it was called like Boulder Break, like the Rook's weapon. It was
Yeah, well,
60 damage, like it was like 60-point damage. In that game, it's like over half of that. No, no, less than half.
I don't. Mm,
I guess it's I mean I just use it more as a to break like certain like breakables like minerals and stuff at that point
I mean, that is what it's designed for.
like but, like I don't know it just could have worked something else but I guess not. Hmm. Let me try it I guess.
There's plenty of time.
Honestly, if I had like what's it called, Tulin's Gale, this would have been easier. Like I'm kind of like thinking to myself, not Rivali's Gale, but in Tears of the Kingdom when you
Honestly, I miss Rivali's Gale.
yeah, oh yeah, like that one's like the best
It
champion's
was the
ability.
best champion ability by far for traversal.
Yeah,
I actually think all the champion abilities were just straight up better. There was not a single one that I. There's not a single um ability from any of the sages that I would want
hmm.
except Tulin's.
Yeah, that's why I said Tulin is useful because at least I have a lot of horizontal movement.
Yeah, but like
I mean, combine Tulin and
all the
Rivali,
sages.
then this would have been like a literal breeze, to like travel around.
Yeah,
That was
I think if they changed how the sages work, they'd be a lot better.
hmm
For Daruk, I think it's fine.
yeah,
Or not Daruk, Yunobo. I think Yunobo is fine.
it's
You have to
fine.
talk with
Just kind
him
of
and use him as a
situational. Like
cannonball.
I
Yeah.
have to like
His makes sense because you have to talk to him and then he'll become a cannonball. I
wait,
like that. That's fine.
but then I feel
Sidon's Sage of Water Vow should
yeah.
have worked like Daruk's protection in Breath of the Wild, and it should have been whenever you shield, you gain the water element for 30 seconds, and then it goes on cooldown. Or he'll like
I,
shield you automatically
oh, yeah, and also I
every
think
period of time.
Re Riju's ability is actually good if it weren't for the fact that I have to like talk to her so that with if I shoot an arrow
Riju's
within the
ability is
area.
decent. Riju's ability is decent. I don't personally like it. I like it's good, but the fact that you need to wait for it to grow is very obnoxious.
Yeah, with Urbosa I can just
Use
charge
the
up an attack
ability.
and just and wait for a while,
Yeah,
and there you go. That's it.
it's
I
much
cast
better.
lightning spell.
Yeah,
I
it's
cast
much
thunder
better.
spell.
And I think again, Riju's ability should have been Urbosa's ability. Just tie it to the bow. So you have to chart. You hold the bow, and the longer you hold the bow, the more it grows. Automatically it automatically activates. That would have made it a much smoother transition instead of needing to break the flow of combat to talk to her to activate the ability and have it do nothing anyway.
Yeah.
Like, for what the ability is trying to do, it's not well designed enough. And as for Minoru, you can't even design Minoru in a different way. That's just as good as it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a mech suit,
Yeah.
which sounds cool, but
Chulin,
honestly,
Chulin
some
is
of
the only one that's designed very well. I do like that Yunobo uses himself as a cannonball indefinitely when you're
yeah,
on like a cart or a machine. I do think that's really, really nice.
you got
It's
aside
there's
from
a co-op
throwing
down by that tree.
like a like I said about the mech suit, like you can fuse weapons with the mech suit, which cool, but they break too fast for my liking to use. So it just became kind of situational.
And it,
And
it
plus,
definitely it could be a lot better because if you fuse a weapon, it uses only the weapon's durability. You can't fuse a fused weapon, unfortunately.
hmm,
Like maybe you can fuse and tangle it, and you can glitch the weapon to be, there permanently. Or you could fuse like the unbreakable master sword um onto
aren't
the
there
mech.
any good Master Sword fusions? Because I'm gonna be honest, from my experience, there was kind of not many good ones.
Just damage really. It really just boils down to how much
Like
damage do
to
you
me,
want.
how did we get from like I know in Breath of the Wild, especially with the DLC, the Master Sword is like OP, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's really good in the base game because it's a weapon that, while it will run out of energy, will never truly break, which is very, very important. But in Tears of the Kingdom, all the weapons break super fast, including the Master Sword. It's not exempt from the rule of the damage running out, or like the
I think Tears
durability
of the
running
Kingdom
out.
is like probably to me like the first instance of the Master Sword is kind of useless, you know?
Yeah, it definitely feels really underwhelming as a weapon. For
Like
as amazing, as iconic as the weapon is, it is incredibly frail and weak and useless.
hmm,
Like, I love the Tears of the Kingdom Master Sword design, where the blade is
real,
like
for
shiny.
from all the time that Zelda took care of it, you think it'd be invincible, you know? Like, I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
really should have made it stronger, and they should have made it unbreakable.
Because in my opinion, that would have been like a great reward, you know, to go for it, you know?
Then again, the Master Sword is honestly super easy to get your hands on.
Actually,
Like,
yeah, in Tears of the Kingdom, it's even easier to do than Breath of the Wild.
yeah, 2 stamina wheels, you can get that in like an hour.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
actually
here, I have
getting
to like,
2 wheels,
what's the minimum I
getting
need to get the Master Sword? Because, okay, look, I need
in
at
in
least 13 hearts. I need 13 hearts. And
yes,
so
Breath of the Wild
far, I only have enough for, I'm close to enough for having, what's it called? 24 divided by 3 is,
no, no,
8.
it's
It's like,
4. It's
it's like
4. 23 divided by 4. Or 24 divided by 4. 6.
right, 4. Forgot. It's 6. Only 6
You'd have
hearts. So I need
you'd
more.
have more.
I still need more spirit. I still need spirit orbs. I'm sorry, I just
Now
kind of
you can
forgot.
start going to the regional phenomena, and like along the way there's gonna be tons of different shrines. And
I
you can
mean,
like
yeah, I
get the
know.
places. Like you can get the shrine that's outside or not Kakariko village. You could get the
Yeah,
shrine that's outside
I
Gerudo
feel like
Town.
shrines and I know people complain about shrines in this game and even more in Tears of the Kingdom, but in Breath of the Wild, I don't really mind them because it's
I
just
don't
kind
know.
of like, it's like it's a neat thing. You do a little quick puzzle, which I think is like fitting for like the nature of like because this game is on the Switch, you know? Now, I don't know if it bug you, but the Switch is like one of those things where I wouldn't say it's like plug and play where you play, it's like a handheld where you like play for a bit and just, you're done, right? You're done something major. I feel like
Yeah,
that's kind of what shrines are like, even if people don't like shrines.
yeah. I mean, I actually really did
I
like them
think,
though.
I think, I think shrines would have been good if the dungeons in this game were, you know, good, you know? Because honestly,
I'm gonna be honest.
no divine beast and or temple from Tears of the Kingdom kind of. I wouldn't really put them in my like top. Like I wouldn't even put them in like my
They
top 10. I
were
don't think
really
they. If I had to rank the Zelda, I don't think any of them would crack the middle. You know?
no. They're all pretty bad.
Yeah, they're kind of forgettable.
Honestly, getting to the temple was way more fun than actually completing the temple. I mean, by far, the best one between both games is definitely the Fire Temple. None of the Divine Beasts even come close to Fire Temple, but I absolutely despised that temple as well. It was the
Yeah,
best design, but it was the easiest to lose yourself in. I spent 2 hours trying to figure out the layout of the Fire Temple.
I think this is kind of the problem. I don't know. There's like an issue where because it's like open world, I feel like even a dungeon design has to be like open world. Maybe sometimes linear can be kind of more satisfying. Now, sure, I don't
I
think
I prefer linear temples, but I
like
love the
what.
design of the open world Zelda. And I think from a like open world dungeon standpoint, I actually think Breath of the Wild's temples were better. I'm gonna say it. They felt more intuitive to me
What?
because
Like the
having
divine
having
beasts
the abilities,
or
the
the what's it
abilities
called?
that you needed to use in each of the temples in Tears of the Kingdom were very obvious.
Hmm.
Like it reduced how much I enjoyed the overall like dungeon. But in Breath of the Wild, there were no special abilities for each dungeon. You just showed up and then cleared it with your own power. You didn't have Tulin's Gust for the Wind Temple. You didn't have, Riju's Electricity for your arrows in Sand Temple or Earth Temple or whatever they call it.
I don't know. It's just
But
in this
in
game, uh,
in Breath of the Wild, you just you go to the temple, you get some help to get into the temple, but once you're in there, it's whatever you do is your own brain power putting it together. In Tears of the Kingdom, it's just like, Sidon, give me bubbles so I can walk through fire. Thank you.
no. Like even like go through like the mud that hurts for whatever reason, and also slows you down.
In Tears of the Kingdom,
Yeah, in terms of the kingdom.
I don't think the mud hurt you,
No, okay, it doesn't hurt, but it definitely does slow you down,
for sure.
which is kind of annoying.
Oh yeah, it certainly is annoying.
I also hate how the fusion mechanic is cool, and even like when I apply it for some ideas, it gives me cool results. Cool results. The only issue is that it doesn't last long. Like,
I
oh,
mean,
you
it
have this cool
depends
idea
on.
like fusing like a fire hydrant to your sword so that way it can clear a lot of mud. Cool. Ex to just hope that you use it wisely because if you don't, then it'll break too fast.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the issue of them reducing the durability of the items in Tears of the Kingdom compared to Breath of the Wild. Did he have a Lionel bow?
What?
Did he have a Lionel bow?
The goblin?
Yeah, they can have Lionel bows in Master Mode. You should check.
I don't know. Hmm.
If you look in the river with Magnesis, it should show up. I think he has a metallic bow. You need to go over by those rocks where he died. Should show up.
God damn it! I jumped.
I mean, you're right there.
Although I will say this, like, okay, the idea of having a master mode on Tears of the Kingdom still sounds good because if I saw like from Sophie's channel, like it sounded fun, from what it did. It was annoying, sure, but it was fun. It looked fun to do.
I would absolutely kill for a Master Mode Tears of the Kingdom. I
It,
love this game. I love traversing the land.
yeah,
I just think it has more flaws than Breath of the Wild.
yeah,
And that's why I will say it. The story of Tears of the Kingdom is better. The design
yeah,
of Tears of the Kingdom is better.
yeah. It's just that I felt like,
The gameplay. But Breath of the Wild is the better game.
yeah, I suppose so.
Uh, that's the way I see it.
There has yet to. I mean, hey, the good news is there's yet to be a perfect 3D Zelda, like open world 3D Zelda game.
Yeah, I mean, the closest quote unquote open world Zelda game we've had. I mean, I would say Breath of the Wild is pretty damn near perfect.
Yeah, it
Like,
has
yeah,
problems
yeah,
on its own, but still.
lacking. Yeah, it's definitely lacking, but it is really, really good. But the other game that I would say is like on the same tier as Breath of the Wild, and I think it's really slept on, is Skyward Sword.
Hmm. Yeah, because I
And I
remember
really,
that there was a video back then saying that how Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword are like connected to each other, mainly because of how like Breath of the Wild, like to me, felt like okay. I don't know if you know this, but there was like a thing going on all the way back in Wind Waker. People hated it, so therefore, what did the Zelda team do? Well, let's give it more, maturity, I suppose. That's why we have Twilight Princess for a reason.
yeah.
But some people, I guess, some people think, oh, it's more of the same. Well, Skyward Sword is trying to be different. But it kind of flopped a bit harder, to be honest.
I think it's just people didn't appreciate the game for what it was trying to do.
But
And I
look,
really enjoy it,
but
especially because it's the first canonical Zelda game. It is
and,
the first game in the order,
yeah,
and that's something that I absolutely adore. The
and
fact that
also,
you know it
no, no, I was
most
gonna say
recently
that.
before Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but it's the
Really?
first one ever. I love that.
Huh. And also, I'm just saying, like, Breath of the Wild was the result of Skyward Sword of, like, they want something new, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
it
hey,
really was.
there's a thing that goes on called what someone calls the Zelda cycle, where one game's because of the game that came, like, the new game that came now, the game that came before it is greatly appreciated now. Example, people at the time didn't like Wind Waker because of its look. But when Twilight Princess came around, I think it's around Twilight Princess-ish or later that people just like Wind Waker's aesthetic more, you know? Same goes with from how linear Skyward Sword is, I think people appreciate Twilight Princess's more, I guess, story focused slash like more difficult puzzles, you know? Like there.
I I mean, look, Skyward Sword had some amazing dungeons too. The puzzles in Skyward Sword were not bad at all. There was not a single puzzle in Skyward Sword that I wasn't like upset about. There were times
Yeah,
when I get frustrated
it's not
because
even.
something didn't go my way, but I could figure out the puzzle, or like if I couldn't figure it out and I had to look it up, I'd be like, I'm an idiot. How didn't I see this? This is
Uh-huh.
genius. You know,
Uh-huh.
I
Zelda
definitely
scene.
think you should stream Skyward Sword.
Oh, you want me to stream Skyward Sword, huh? Like,
I
I
think it's a really
mean, we
enjoy
can do
it
that.
quite a lot.
You know what?
Although I
Tell
will
you what.
admit,
Um,
oh,
I'm gonna be honest. I have not made progress on this, but how about I stream for the next like hour or so? I was thinking, do you want? I mean, I could do original Wind Waker and original
I see.
Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
okay, like
I
honestly, I could just hook up my Wii U and turn it on right now, but I'm gonna be honest. I sometimes I just like the original is more. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD are definitely the better version, you know? And I think it's the one you should be playing more, you know? But still, though, you know?
yeah. I
But,
mean, it's
oh,
just a
as for
different.
Skyward Sword, oh, definitely HD because honestly, the
Yeah,
original Wii is kind of slow. Like, a lot slower.
it's slower, and also the graphics just aren't as good.
Yeah. Okay, tell you what. Okay. Okay, I can do that. Or we can do Ocarina of Time Master Quest.
I
Like
mean, it's up to
original
you.
like original Master Quest. Like which one sounds more appealing, I suppose.
I guess Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. Okay. Like, I don't
It,
mind. Like I just need an excuse like to play it, you know?
yeah. I mean, I want to play Wind Waker. I want to play Twilight Princess, but I don't have either game. I
Mm.
do have the console for them, but I don't have the game. I used to have Twilight Princess, but not anymore.
Oh, so you want me to I guess live the memories, I suppose?
I guess something like that.
I mean, I don't mind it. Just hold on. Just give me a sec.
Sure.
I mean, like yeah, I was kind of like hunting stuff like on my like I have like I'm telling you, I have like a huge GameCube collection. I have like every Zelda game on the GameCube, which includes Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, like the bonus disc that was a pre-order for Wind Waker, the the collector's edition. You know,
That's
and I
pretty
even have
neat.
Four Swords Adventures.
Whoa.
I know, pretty cool stuff. But yeah, excuse me. I think I think I know what we I could do right now, which I think it's probably a lot more, how to say this, appealing in a way. Like I don't like now. I guess somewhat unfortunately we're not doing Wind Waker, but I want to try out Master Quest of like Ocarina of Time because I have played Master Quest on like the 3DS, but honestly I kind of forgot about it. So it'd probably be interesting to see how, it'd probably refresh my mind, about it.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. I need to hook up some things. Oh, right. I forgot. Oh, it's, where is the, where is the keyboard? There we go. You can see this,
Ooh,
right?
that's a screen I haven't seen in years. Oh my god.
Yeah, unfortunately, the other day, my memory got corrupted. Like my memory card got corrupted, so therefore I lost so much precious data.
That sucks. No.
Like I had like
You don't have
several
you
games.
don't have the disc to clean them?
Wow.
When your memory cards get like corrupted and stuff, there are normally like discs for like repair.
No, no. When it gets corrupted, data's gone forever.
Mm,
2003. What the hell? No, no. The promotion came out in 2002. Oh yeah, I'm using what's it called? I'm now I don't know if you can tell, but well, I mean obviously you can't tell because, but I'm using the what's it called? The a Wavebird controller. You know, the wireless GameCube controllers.
oh, neat.
Oh, look at that! You can select all these movies if you wanted to. Which, hey, oh yeah, you can see some cool Oh, well, of course my things will not work. But anyway. But hey, if there's one advantage of playing this game on GameCube is that it's in 4080p. Granted, the frame rate hasn't changed, so it would have been cool if it was 30 FPS, But yeah, I mean, able to play this on like a better resolution than say on the original N64 is better in my opinion, 2003, holy shit. Oh yeah, and Zelda games or I just want to ask like a general question, but do like if you had the option to like name your character, would you name it would you name it like yourself or would you just name it after like the protagonist's canon name?
Um, honestly, it's mood based. If I'm in the mood to like be the hero, then I'll name it myself. But typically, I would want it to be like as like correct as it could be. Like I like playing through the game as the character, but like being them, not me.
Yeah.
I like to play the game like I'm reading a book, like I'm leaving and going to a new place. I'm craving action. I want to be a different character. I want to be there. So instead of actually being that character, I would want to play with them and like be by their side through their quest instead.
There we go. I changed the title of the stream to it's Breath of the Wild / Ocarina of Time Master Quest because it's now this.
Yeah.
Like the whole reason you get the disc is because of. Anyway, if I want to talk about this game, oh yeah, some shots are kind of funny in my opinion.
Bro,
Like
child meets man. Man key blasts child.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball be like.
Now I know people tell me that N64 like original Ocarina of Time is dated, and it is, but and kind of slow because you have to like mash through all this dialogue, and it's not like the text go kind of slow, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm fine with it. I'm just kind of like I'm so used to it at this point that I don't really care that much,
Yeah, I definitely think they could do like an Ocarina of Time 4K or something, or an Ocarina of Time,
based on the 3DS version.
Yeah, like an Ocarina of Time like HD squared or something, where it's the game, but it's upscaled graphics, like 1080p, 60 FPS, that kind of stuff.
When Skyward Sword HD came out, it was also the same year that it was like Zelda's 35th anniversary. And what did they do? Nothing. Well, I mean, they released Skyward Sword HD and also released the Zelda Game & Watch, kind of like novelty. That's it.
Yeah, the only Skyward Sword HD.
Mario had like an anniversary term in the form of games, their games. And
they absolutely fumbled the Zelda anniversary. Skyward Sword HD was a really good choice. I will admit, it's a really good game. I did play it twice. I actually beat it 3 times. I beat it in regular mode, hero mode, which is basically master mode, and then I beat it again in in normal mode with motion controls. I don't recommend motion controls. The Switch does not like them very much. But playing the game in normal mode on controller felt amazing.
Yeah.
It was a really, really good experience.
The thing about Skyward Sword is that I know at the time when Skyward Sword was revealed, people kind of still bitched about it, because it's Skyward Sword, Back when
I don't get it. Like, maybe the original Skyward Sword is just terrible.
Like for example, people would tell me Skyward Sword can go to hell.
No, I think it's a really good game. I think it has a really good story.
It's a good game, but at the time, I would say it was kind of like misfortunate because of like certain quirks about it,
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine. I'm sorry. Like, I have a friend of mine that he's getting into he was like an Xbox player on the 360. Didn't have much experience with Nintendo, but nowadays he has because I gave him a Switch. Yes, I was that kind of friend, and I guess you can call me a thoughtful guy or something like that. I don't know. But the point is,
you locked him into being a Nintendo. How dare you?
Yeah. But my point is this, okay?
He was free.
But anyway, the point is, yeah. Okay, anyway, I gave him like some starter games, like, to play on the Switch, like, for example, Smash Bros. With all DLC, by the way, and Piranha Plant at the time. And I also gave him Breath of the Wild. Now, granted, I didn't give him the DLC, I just gave him just Breath of the Wild. He told me he didn't like it. Why? Because the weapons break.
Wow.
And also he got stuck on like the part where to get into like the Divine Beast Naburu, or like no Naburu is it was called Naburu is the one.
Yeah, Naboris.
Yeah, but like the camel, like the Divine Beast.
He got stuck on the shooting.
Yeah, he got stuck on like the stealth segment with the Giga Clan. He hated it.
Brother, that section's easy.
I would tell him skill issue, but if I tell him that, he'll get mad. Hello, Bowser. I'm glad you joined.
No. If he failed the stealth section of the Yiga clan in Breath of the Wild, he deserves to be told a skill issue for that. That is actually atrocious.
I know. Like, come on, man. Like, so yeah, he was hesitant to play Tears of the Kingdom just because of his bad experience with Breath of the Wild. Even if I think Tears of the Kingdom is more up his alley because he likes to preach shit.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah, he had a rocky start with Zelda games.
He needs to hear that he has a skill issue. Stealth is not hard in that game, especially with the Yiga. Because you can just throw a banana, and they'll be like, "Oh."
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I know the Giga Clan can kind of one-shot you, which is kind of annoying, but I can avoid a lot of the Giga Clan. Like, I can just beat the shit out of all of them,
Yeah, I mean, the Yiga clan only really beats you if you have, like, 4 hearts. If you focus your attention on getting your HP up, it's not a problem. And if you just go to Farron, grab some durians, cook 5 of them in a dish, you get a dish that's 25 gold hearts. And then you just put on like any decent defensive armor you have until you've maxed it out, and boom, you're good. It's not permanent, obviously, but you still have 28 hearts. So it's like, well, so what?
Yeah. I just wish he, persevere more, but he's the type who, he likes to, I don't know, it's just that he likes to blame the game more than just his own skills. And he's kinda like, not that good with other games. Like, he's good with like shooters because, of course, I don't know, I'm not good with that many shooters because they don't really appeal to me, but, there are some that do. Splatoon, Half-Life, all that stuff,
Yeah.
But oh yeah, if you want to know my experience with Ocarina of Time, people, it's just that I've actually played the N64 version first before the 3DS version. Believe it or not. Did I beat the game? No, but I got very far into it, like almost like beating the game kind of far into it, before I switched to the 3DS version. Actually, no. I think I did beat the game first before playing the 3DS version. I don't remember. But still, though, I mean, yeah, I played Majora's Mask 3D as my first Zelda game, and it definitely kind of had my perspective of what to come. But I did play this game on the Wii U Virtual Console. Yes, not the best version because it's the Wii U, and also the Virtual Console on the Wii U is terrible. Like I'm talking, like the resolution is low. Like for whatever reason, the screen is dim, like darker than it should be, and there's like input lag. Yes, there's input lag in stuff in a Wii U game. I'm just saying, if you think that the Switch online service is bad, oh, you have not seen the Wii U, and that thing is permanent, by the way. I mean, yeah, I can say what you want about the Switch online service, but at the very least, it gets updated, you know. And right now, there's little to no input lag in the Switch version, you know.
Yeah, I suppose that is true.
Like, I guess you can count your blessings. Hold on. Okay. Great. Wait a minute. Oh, okay.
What's wrong?
Like, okay, I was like thinking, wait a minute, why haven't like, you know, done this and stuff like that? But then I remember, oh fuck, I remember. This is Master Quest, not, you know. Well, for starters, this door would have been open already, but it's not. So I need to do something about it. Let me look around.
Time, my boy. Get the fire.
Yep, I need fire. Hellfire. I don't know.
So
This is literally just an official ROM hack that exists. Apparently, this existed in like Japanese like N64 version, you know. So essentially, this is like a localized ROM hack, you know.
Huh. That's not crazy at all.
Okay, the only thing different about Master Quest, as opposed to the... Yeah, first of all, I turn on the torch. It's nice.
Okay, you weren't even here yet.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. Why am I hurting myself? This game is easy, you know? But anyway, original Master Quest is, how do I say this? In the GameCube version of Master Quest, all that's changed is all that's changed is the dungeon design. The dungeon layout is much different than it was on the original, and it does include it even includes stuff like for example, it includes like, you know, even spatulas are placed differently. So if you're thinking where the gold spatulas are, they're placed differently. In the overworld, it's the same, but in dungeons, they're different. So like, keep that in mind.
Those enemies, are they specific to Master Quest?
Are there any enemy specific things in Master Quest? No, the enemies are still the same.
Interesting.
But there are
seen
different
enemy.
placements of enemies, I'll tell you that. Like, for
I've never
example...
seen that before, at all.
Like, for example, let's go... Like, I'm gonna be honest, these mini gomas, see these, like, little gomas over here? Yeah, these goma larvae. Yeah, normally you see them at the very end of this dungeon, but they're a lot more common, I'll tell you that, you know, here. So now I need to light the torch. And I'll say this. I think to me the child portion of the dungeon in the original Ocarina of Time is pretty boring. Here, it's actually a lot more creative. You know, so that means it's much better. So from what I heard, the adult, like the adult section of the game, like the dungeons, I think like some of the best ones in the game are changed in that one, and some say it's kind of for the worst. I don't remember much about it. All I remember is that the Spirit Temple took me like hours to beat. Wow.
I've heard some pretty bad things about the Spirit Temple.
It looks pretty bad on the stream.
No. The Spirit Temple. I've heard some pretty bad things about it.
How is it pretty bad?
Yeah.
According to some people, there's a lot of like you have to like go between child and adult sections a lot more than before. Like you have to like basically like get outside and just change form. There's kind of like a little bit that in this, like I think Spirit Temple is like my favorite dungeon, like vanilla Ocarina of Time. Like I like to switch between child and like young and adult Link between the two. Like one half you're playing as young Link, the other half you're playing as adult Link. With the rest of it like as per usual, and it does connect. But hey, I got the fairy slingshot, which is, good. To shoot. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good item.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
Pia.
There's something that people complain about Ocarina of Time and even other N64 games is that people complain about the aiming, aiming on the N64 is apparently people complain about how too sensitive it is. Like, okay, I don't know how to, I'm not sure how to explain it. Okay,
I don't know how
you
to...
know how like N64 games have like the analog stick in that game in N64 is kind of weird. Yeah, well, apparently when translating to modern controls, it's not perfect,
Yeah.
And so, like for example, me aiming with the slingshot. If I were to play this on a different emulator, like the Wii U emulator, for example, I would have had like a bad experience, and I did. But I eventually overcame the issues because I guess I am that good at games, Even with all its terrible.
If you're good at games, anything is not a challenge.
Yeah, I know. I think the aiming in the GameCube version is still good enough, Now, I don't know how accurate it is to the N64 version because I also used to own the N64 version a while back, but I sold it, so I don't have that anymore. Okay. I hate scorpions. Especially the ones that just kind of
I'm glad they didn't bring this enemy back. I know they didn't have it in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, and I'm glad. I'm glad there were no spider enemies really in either game. I know they had
Skulltulas in say in what's it called? In what was his name? Twilight Princess, or even.
I know. Yeah, I've seen the big boss. I hate it.
No,
I
that
hate it.
was Goma. That was Goma. I'm not talking. I'm
Yeah,
talking
I
about
know.
Skulltulas. Skulltulas have like hyper realism to it, like some hyper realistic skull on their backs, like abdomen, and it
Yeah,
was
I
like
know.
kind of disturbing, you know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have in like what's it called in Skyward Sword, and they're just goofily cartoony.
They're still
I,
pretty creepy. They're still pretty creepy in Skyward Sword, I will admit. I don't like them. But they're definitely better than, Twilight Princess Goma. That thing is actually just a spider. Like, there's no, arachnophobia, like, filter where it's like, oh, it's just a skull spider. It's different. It's just a spider.
I mean here, I mean Skulltulas don't scare me a lot because I don't know, it's kind of like cartoonish. This game is kind of cartoonish in a way, you know. It's more like
Yeah,
like fantasy like. But I
yeah.
guess the idea of
It's
like a
definitely,
skull with spider legs is kind of creepy in a way, you know.
yeah, it's definitely like easier for arachnophobia, like, folks. It's definitely easier to, cope with and ignore, but it's still not exactly comfortable.
Well, I think I should have just run it with the stick. Now, do I think Zelda games need like older games that just need a jump button? Not really.
Yeah.
Not really,
No,
because I feel
it'd
like
be nice. I don't think it's necessary.
I feel like jumping is, especially like environments like this would probably break the game. You know? Like I know just going around too, the ability to jump is like nice because
Well, it's different because those are open world titles.
yeah, here
With a game
this is like
like
a
Ocarina
closed
of Time,
space where you have to like solve it I think Zelda games are if I have to like compare them to something, it'd probably be something like what's it called? What was those things called? Like escape rooms, I suppose, you know? They're kind of like escape rooms, you know?
yeah, that's a good way to think of them.
Like you have to like solve the puzzle within the room and you can move on.
Yeah,
Now,
and
I
see
don't
the
think
next.
not all Zelda games have like very clever dungeons because I feel like okay, I want to say something about Wind Waker, something that might I wouldn't say controversial, but definitely more out there if that makes sense. As much as I like Wind Waker for like aesthetic wise and for how it is, I think the dungeon, except for one, all the dungeons suck balls.
I haven't actually played Wind Waker, so I can't argue with you on that.
Okay, let me explain to you why. It's because all of them are very linear. You kind of just have to like, just do this and that. I know it has like some hallmarks of what I expect from a Zelda dungeon, but for the most part, it's not really that satisfying, in my opinion.
Understandable.
Except for one dungeon, the Wind Dungeon, where it's definitely labyrinthian and stuff. Oh yeah, hey. Okay, let me tell you how I think the devs, who designed Master Quest Dungeon, were like very smart. Okay, normally you would have to like the water would flow down, but here, if you crouch like this, you can actually get underneath it. And that's a
not
feature
bad.
that never happens in the original game. That never happens where you need to crouch. You never need to crouch in like the original game. And I think that's genius, you know? Like using features that you never would thought to use before, right?
That's a good idea.
I kind of wish that more Zeldas had like a massive quest, you know? 'Cause I think it would have been cool to see how they would, see them how they rearrange puzzles and stuff, you know? Or like, they don't need to, like, for example, Master Quest is like one of the things, you don't need to have a completely new layout, you just need to rearrange some things, you know? And it still be fresh, you know? And that's kind of what I like about it.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay,
Are you soft locked?
What?
Oh, there's a bat.
A key. Yeah, a key.
A keys.
Keys, yeah. They're called keys. I kind of like... Okay, I don't know which version of keys do I like. I think I like the Skyward Sword version. Keys in here are kind of generic looking, you know? Then in Wind Waker, something about them kind of annoys me, like rubs me the wrong way. Twilight Princesses kind of goes hyper-realistic and, well, I don't know. I think hyper-realism is fine, you know? But
I also
sometimes...
like Breath of the Wilds.
But I think Skyward Sword's keys are kind of cool, you know?
Oh, definitely. They're very,
Because
very
I'm
good.
gonna be honest, Breath of the Wilds and Tears of the Kingdom's keys are just kind of goofy looking, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're a little silly, especially little guys, but I
They
like
kind
them.
of feel like a Dragon Quest type of thing, you know? If that makes sense. Like, they kind of belong, like, in a different game, like Dragon Quest. Just because of how goofy they are. I know that Dragon Quest existed along with Zelda, but that doesn't mean you have to copy exactly everything, you know? Alright. There we go. I burned that thing, and now I just need to make sure it's over here. Oh, yeah, it's one of those things where I need to... Now, if you really want a challenging version of the Master Quest of Ocarina of Time, play the 3DS version. Because you know what the 3DS version includes?
What?
Well, it includes Master Quest, which, obviously the dungeons are redesigned. But, you take double damage.
Oh.
And everything is flipped to the y-axis. So therefore, left is right, right is left. Or in other words, Link is holding
I would
right.
actually just not. I would like to not. I would like to know.
What? What would you like to know?
I don't. I don't like that. Inverse controls are disgusting.
No.
And if you can't change that, then that's just even worse.
No. What I meant by everything, like, okay, the world is like flipped to the y-axis. Just the world, not the controls, okay?
The world is reversed?
No, controls are not reversed. It's just the world
But
itself
the world
is flipped. Like, the world itself is flipped. Okay.
That's awful.
Okay, let me tell you, it's similar to, you know how, like, Twilight Princess on GameCube and Wii are different?
A little.
Like, the major difference between them is besides controls, is that in Wii, the Wii version of Twilight Princess, the world is flipped from the y-axis. And on GameCube, it's the original version. So that's what it's like. Oh, but if you're wondering, yeah, and what's it called? Twilight Princess HD, they brought back the Wii version again, but it's in the form of a harder mode called Hero Mode.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, Hero Mode isn't exactly exclusive. I mean,
I know.
Skyward Sword had it and all. I think a lot of the Zelda games had it, and it was called Hero Mode. Breath of the Wild is the first one where it's called Master Mode.
I think it's supposed to be a nod towards the Master Quest, whereas this game. One, two,
No,
three
because
is
if
not
Master
the
Quest is
one.
like changing how like things are laid out and stuff, like yes, Master Mode did add items, added like new like placements for things and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, it didn't have like whole new dungeon like loadouts and everything, or like
No,
dungeons weren't remade ground up with like new design. So I don't think it's a like a complete nod to Master Quest.
no, no, it isn't. Just that in name alone, it's kind of like that. Hold on.
I mean, maybe yeah.
Okay, this is like one of that instance where I decided to, what's it called? Yeah, this part is kind of annoying because the answer is different.
Oh, really? It's not 231.
And the worst part is they don't tell you what the answer is, so you kind of have to
Oh,
guess. And
interesting.
the only reason I was able to get past this because originally just out of what's it called? Not desperation, but more what's it called? Trial and error. Yeah.
Hmm, interesting.
But there's a funny quirk I like about Link in Ocarina of Time. Or I think it's yeah, I think it's mostly Ocarina of Time. Is that for some reason Link will just spin around when you hear the jingle or something happens. It's funny when it happens.
Hmm, that's pretty interesting. Here's goal.
Yeah, which looks kind of weird.
Yeah, it's definitely designed.
And kind of forgettable because
You kill them in like 2 hits.
well, I mean usually I could just kill Goma in just one shot, like not one shot literally, but just one set. But I guess not. This time I
In one
can't.
cycle.
Yeah. God damn it, I hate that I have to. Wait a minute. God damn it, I think okay, after the fight I'm gonna have to go back to the settings because I think I might have to on myself.
Oh, have you?
Okay. Okay, let me I was trying to okay, there we go. Go like that.
A quick 2 cycles.
Okay, let me explain this. I think I have my settings on switch instead of hold. Like when L targeting.
Oh,
Now people call it Z targeting. I guess that makes sense because Z axis, like you're targeting and plus you're using the Z button originally, but here in this game they call it L targeting because I'm targeting with the left shoulder button. But that's not here and there. Point is, I think the settings I can choose is between switch and hold. I in Zelda games I prefer to put it on hold because so that way I can just target and stuff. But in games like Kingdom Hearts, I prefer it when it's like locked on, because in those games
yeah.
like enemies are a lot more okay, I don't know how to tell, but enemies in Kingdom Hearts are a lot more not difficult, but definitely have a lot more HP, and I have to deal with them much more differently than this game, you know? Because unlike Kingdom Hearts, in this game I can just, I can just mash really quickly, and like, fights are just over. In that game, there's like a cooldown and stuff like when I fight, like, like it's a simple three-hit combo.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the way I can explain it.
Yeah, I mean, some games you gotta change, how they handle. Because like some you want to push buttons really fast because you do really quick damage, or in another game you want to take it slow because you can like chain attacks more and deal more damage in that way.
Yeah.
It definitely varies based on what kind of game it wants to be. Oh
Yeah.
my god, the goddesses. Anyway,
Seriously though, why is my stuff so laggy on stream? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. It might just be because you're also streaming it to me. Maybe your Wi-Fi has got too many devices on it.
I mean, it was. Okay, anyway, what I was saying, like, it was working fine when I was doing, like, directly with friends, but this is just me. Like, this is just a hypothesis, or I guess a theory. Yeah, game theories, etc., etc. But point is, like, what I suggest could happen is that I'm probably showing you this on a server instead of like DMs. So that could
Yeah, maybe the server has like
maybe
reduced bandwidth.
maybe servers have a lot more, like, require a lot more power to handle than say DMs.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, we could end up trying to do this in a DM.
Yeah, but it's kind of like I did like what happened earlier, is that when a lot of people come by to talk, like, you know granted, I don't think the host himself would come talk to me, like, at least not in the way that I think, you know but hey, at least the others, I don't mind talking to the others though.
Yeah,
So,
I like when people come too.
like, I'm just saying, have you ever talked to LB directly?
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
LB, like, the host of the server,
Oh yeah.
like, to him
I've
directly.
spoken with him a couple times.
Like, I haven't talked to him directly. Just he only, like, responds to, like, he's only made a couple responses to what I've said before, and that's about it. That's about
Yeah,
the
I mean,
interaction.
mainly whenever I've spoken with him, it's about a video or it's about like we're playing a game of Smash or something like that's when he'll talk to me. But I have
Oh,
spoken like with him during times like that.
oh, yeah, one of his streams that he does of, like, Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, hey, this is the part where the tree perish.
That,
Well, yeah, dies, obviously. I mean, I like to say perish because perish to me sounds a little funnier. And
no.
I know it's not, but still. But yeah, I guess, what do you think of what it was like, Master Quest, essentially?
Well, it's definitely like, I'd say it's better, but
Unfortunately, I will say this: it's kind of like stuck on a console. Because if you really want to play Master Quest originally, you're gonna need to get a GameCube and a copy of the game. Now, if this was on like NSO as a as an extra, like you've seen like that some games have like specials, like special editions,
yeah.
like on NSO. Now, if it was like that, then it would have been cool to have, But unfortunately, it's not. So the only way you can do this is either get a GameCube copy of it or emulation. And I guess I'd say probably pick each one or the other, but still.
I'd probably choose emulation just because I know Master Quest copies are incredibly, I wouldn't say rare, but they are expensive.
Yeah, they're as expensive as a new game, from this time.
No, they're much more expensive.
Really? Because mine wasn't that expensive when I got it. Granted, that was like a while back. Like,
I believe the last time I checked, for Ocarina of Time Master Him. Ocarina of Time Master.
I guess if you want to hear some stories, is that I got my first GameCube game I ever got was Double Dash, like Mario Kart Double Dash. I remember my uncle gave it to me as a gift, like a birthday gift, and it was $40 from what I think he told me. And I remember getting the collector's edition, like the Zelda collector's edition, and I think I got it for like $40 when I was back in 2016. Yeah, $40. Nowadays it's like 80 or maybe more,
Yeah, I'm seeing some like Master Quests, Ocarina of Time Master Quest,
Yeah.
and there are some that are only like 60s and 70s, and those are like the refurbished ones. There is one off of eBay that is absolutely 1,000,000% fake because it's $3.
That sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, it's $3, so there's no way that's real. Sorry, but most of the ones that I'm seeing are like $99. There's one for $124. There's one down here that's $280. But typically, it looks like they are like about $100. Typically,
Yeah.
which is a price tag. It's not too bad, I guess, but like it's definitely not cheap.
But it's not like super rare expensive, I mean, I could get a copy of Master Quest, like by just my paycheck, but
somebody has a copy of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with Master Quest, and they had it rated. It's VGA 95, which I guess is close to perfect. They have it for $8,000.
I don't know. For some reason, people start grading copies like if they were Pokemon cards, like they have like grade
Yeah, I
or
know.
something like that.
What is it for cards? Isn't it PGA?
Look,
I don't remember what it is. I don't know what the scale
I'm
is.
interested in getting to like Pokemon cards someday. Like, I want
Oh,
my
it's
own
PS.
deck
I
cards.
think it's PSA.
I don't. Yeah, like PS, like something like with PSA and stuff like that. Oh hey, we're at night.
Hot room.
Oh hey, here's an easy piece of heart. Easy piece of heart to do. Get this dog over here to follow you. Which I did.
Yeah, you just gotta bring the dog to the old woman.
Take it here and talk to a woman, and they'll tell you, and she'll tell you that this is her dog. Gives me a piece of heart.
Yeah.
I can
Rich.
remember all the piece of hearts, like maybe not by heart, but I definitely can remember some of them. You know, I can remember. Okay,
Yeah.
if one
I
thing
mean,
I
I
like
remember how
about Zelda.
I remember how to do every shrine in Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, me too. I do that all the time whenever I play Breath of the Wild as well. But my point is, oh yeah, I need to talk to Marin over here. I don't
You
know if
know
you
what
hear
would be
this,
a
but I
really
was
fun
mashing,
game that we
like
could
I was
play?
mashing like the button right now.
A really interesting game we could play. If you wanted to do like a multiplayer game stream, would you be interested in playing Terraria on a computer?
I mean, maybe, but
Because I absolutely love Terraria.
I'm just saying
Absolutely.
you sound like my ex-friend.
Oh,
I'm just saying that guy is like obsessed with Terraria.
it's probably one of my favorite games of all time.
But I'm just saying like maybe one of these days I'll give it a shot. Okay? Like I do
Sure.
have it on my Steam account.
Yeah, absolutely. If you ever decide to stream it, I would love to join you.
All right.
I know
I
like
also
everything
wish
there is to
to
know about the game.
I plan to like I wish to like talk to my other friends to have like we could do like Minecraft and stuff. You know?
Yeah,
I mean I
I'm a
have
little less
Minecraft
into
on PC.
Minecraft than I am in Terraria, but I don't dislike Minecraft.
Yeah. Like I know like they're both different. I know.
Oh no, it's not. They're entirely different games, yeah. But it's just I prefer the style of what Terraria wants, where it's like a boss rush, versus
That's
Minecraft,
sad.
which is more like exploration. I
I mean
like
I like
what Terraria
survival mode in
does.
Minecraft to be honest, you know? I like the survival mode
Oh,
aspect.
survival is great. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
The
Like
only thing is
my
the
my
reason,
ultimate goal I'm sorry.
like, no, you first.
Okay, I was gonna say my ultimate goal in like Minecraft I would like to do with friends is beat the Ender Dragon. That's it.
Yeah,
Like
I've
we
beat
can
the Ender
gear up and
Dragon
like
before,
explore.
but
Like no, not just the Ender Dragon, but just get like beat a lot of bosses. Like like we can beat like
what bosses?
what's it called? The Wither. What's another one? That Guardian from in
That's
like in the ocean.
that's it, really.
I know
There are
Minecraft is
there are
enough for
many
like bosses, but
bosses.
still, you know.
There are only two creatures in all of Minecraft that are considered bosses because they have actual HP bars. And that is the Wither and the Ender Dragon. There are no
Yeah.
other creatures in the game that have
But
HP
even then,
bars.
even beyond that, I would like to like, make a base. Like we can make a home. We could
Oh yeah, that's cool.
like explore the Nether, explore the end. You know, a lot left together.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm down for that. I just need a group of people who have a copy of the end. Now, unfortunately, I have to say this. Okay, I haven't figured out how to play with people on the Java edition of Minecraft. So
Oh, you
so
didn't
I'm
get Java.
restricted towards like the console version, aka Bedrock.
That's fine. I have both. You can get both versions on computer.
Yeah, but I mean, I have it on my Series X. What's it called? I have it on the PS5, even on my Switch. But
If you've got a Microsoft account, you can log in, you can download the game on your computer, and then I think you can get a free copy of whatever you're missing. So if you've got Java, you can get Bedrock, and if you have Bedrock, I think you can buy Java for free. I
okay,
believe
well,
that's how it
tell you, tell you what. If we can get a lot
is.
more people interested in this, I guess we can all do like Minecraft together. You know, maybe we can do like something like what we did before, and some like Minecraft YouTubers used to do like hardcore mode or something like that. You know, it probably won't be like intense like that, but it'll definitely be something like we'll all come together and just and like explore the world and just beat bosses and stuff, and collect a lot of cool shit.
Yeah. You may actually need to buy the game again on PC, but if you buy a copy of Minecraft on a computer, it will give you the other one for free. Like you can download it at no extra cost.
Really? Because I do own Java Edition for the longest time, and it
Yeah,
should have
if
given
you
me
open
Bedrock.
if you open the Minecraft launcher, it should give you the option to download Bedrock for free.
Okay. Well, we might have to organize the idea of playing Minecraft together someday. For now, I'll put this on hold, okay? Oh, but as for Terraria, also putting on hold. Give me a second.
Sure.
Okay, sorry about that. I just had a talk.
You're fine.
Anyway. But yeah, Terraria, sure. Maybe we can have a group of people and we can do it together.
Yeah. I will say, if you have any more than 4 players, the game gets very laggy. Unlike
I guess in that case, just the two of us would be fine.
Yeah, like two or 3 people would be fine. But I think if we went for more than 4, like 4 is like the limit. If you want more people than that, I think you would want to try to find out like a way to make a server and go from there. Although I don't know how you can make a Terraria server. How do you make a Terraria server actually?
Oh, trust me, if I mean, I can still contact my ex-friend if I wanted to talk about this stuff, and he'll be like, telling me like throughout the whole night, about it. Oh yeah, and speaking of like things to talk about, I don't know if you know this, but if you look in the castle courtyard, look closely. Who do I see over there?
Is that Peach and Bowser?
And Mario. Mario's just
And
covered by.
yeah, but Mario's
There's Yoshi. There's Mario, and
Luigi.
even Luigi. Now, if I can, use a slingshot like this, and the guard just kind of peeks out the corner like a jump scare, and throws a bomb at me. Yep. But over here, if I hit the window with the Mario characters here, I get 20 rupees.
Wow.
I honestly like talking about stuff that I know of, because it's kind of it kind of feels
it's very
personal,
nice. Yeah, it feels nice to have games reference, stuff like that.
Like, I don't know if I could say the same thing for like stuff that I've only played once or never have played, and I mean it's an interesting thing, but yeah, I'm gonna have to like match through all this dialogue because I have to wait.
Yeah, unfortunately, these older games just the dialogue is certainly yeah.
I'm ready, like these moments I have to like mash, and all I'm doing is reading the what's it called, the like on what's happening on the LB's Discord server, and I see this one says, "What happens if you play Xenoblade 2 at 3 a.m.?" Ooh, spooky. And then we have Burby over here saying, "Hi, chat." It's kind of funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love the idea of what the Zelda series is trying to do with like the Triforce.
Hmm.
I think it's such a good idea. And obviously nobody's really thought about it at the time. And even now, it's not really overused because it's only the one company using it. And they don't even focus too much on the Triforce anymore,
Yeah,
which is a good
I feel
because it
like
makes it feel kind of
Echoes of
special.
Wisdom. I think they don't even call it a Triforce anymore. It's just power. I don't know. From at least what I heard about it. Granted, I never finished the game because, to be honest, I kind of got bored.
Of
Yeah,
what?
I don't know. Honestly, first time I was Zelda game kind of bored me. I don't know.
Which
Like
which game?
there are some Zelda games I've yet to play. Like, for example, I have never finished Phantom Hourglass. I've not even touched Spirit Tracks yet. I do have
Uh,
them. I just
neither.
haven't finished them.
Yeah, I haven't played neither of them.
And you know what's even the craziest part? I have
Hmm.
yet to even finish A Link to the Past.
I've never played A Link to the Past. There are a lot of Zelda games that I haven't played.
People tell me that Link to the Past is great. To that I say, I beg to differ. Like I played it
I
and I think it's alright, I guess. Like no, I like it, but I think there are probably better 2D Zelda games I've played. Like the best one is like A Link Between Worlds, ironically enough.
got a
And
question for you.
it's a 3DS game. Like it's a 3DS sequel game of A Link to the Past. It's actually pretty good. It does open world pretty good even before it predates the open world things that we saw in like what's it called? Breath of the Wild. And it was a 2D it's a 2D Zelda game.
Hmm.
Like, like the items you need are kind of like readily available. You just need to rent them.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like if that interests you, I guess you can go play a link between worlds on the 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Zelda games that I want to play, but I'm gonna probably end up needing to emulate them, mainly just because I think trying to find them at this point is gonna be way too expensive.
I see.
But I do have a little question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
What is your opinion on Sonic the Hedgehog games? Just overall,
Sonic what?
Sonic the Hedgehog, like his games.
That's a good question because for the longest time I just didn't give a shit about Sonic or just I thought he was lame.
Hmm.
And let me tell you, when I start seeing like some videos on YouTube, like telling me all that stuff about what Sonic is like saying Sonic had a had a rough transition in 3D, etc., etc. I'm just saying it kind of didn't help my case. Now I
Yeah,
did play Sonic Mania. I think it was good. Like
yeah,
I liked it, but just I didn't think it was like amazing good. You know what I mean?
yeah. It
And
was, it was a
in terms
good
of
game.
3D, I did play. I didn't inevitably be. I've only played the Sonic portion of Sonic Adventure. I did play Sonic Adventure 2 like completely. Sonic Heroes I did. Um, never beat Shadow the Hedgehog, and you know why? Because it's Shadow the Hedgehog. the game is kind of sucks balls. I've never played 06
Please don't.
because I mean I need a 360. I know I have a PSP, but I heard the PS3 version sucks balls even more than the
Brother,
360
I'm gonna put
version.
it to you like this.
I
Every
have
version
Sonic Unleashed
sucks
on my
balls.
I have Sonic Unleashed, by the way. Never finished it though, but I liked it though.
I liked Sonic Unleashed. The problem with the game that I hate, I despised it. I thought it ruined the game for me personally, is needing to collect those Sun and Moon coins. If
Oh,
they
yeah.
removed or reduced the restrictions, or they were easier to find, the game would be so much better.
Yeah, if
Like,
the
make them
level
more
was lower.
visible, or make it more obvious as to where they are. Because requiring them 4 levels is horrible. Actually terrible game design. Mario gets away with it because they make it obvious. You do a little side quest thing and you get the medal. So with Sonic, it's just run through this level and you might find where they are.
Hmm, I
It's
see.
just, it's poor design.
I did play Sonic Colors, like Wii version. Not Ultimate, by the way.
The best version of Sonic Colors is the DS version, and I will stand by that.
I recently got the DS version of Sonic Colors. I haven't
It's
finished it though.
so much better. It's so much better, dude. It's
I
not
guess so
even
much
like
better
a...
is because of the story.
No. It's because they removed all like the cringy cutscenes. You can imagine how Sonic would sound without it being stale. That was the problem with the original Sonic Colors on the Wii. Is all the cutscenes
Who you calling
felt
nothing?
very cut and dry. Like, they were trying to do what Sonic would normally do, and they failed because they tried so hard that it completely removed any like fun from
Hey,
the
look at that!
cutscene.
Look at that! I was able to
That
do
was
it in
beautiful.
one take.
Oh, that was actually beautiful.
I remember I recently on the Switch version I kind of struggled. Like on the
No,
Switch,
yeah, I tried Sonic Colors Ultimate, and
it sucks balls
it is
because it's
not
glitchy.
fun. It is
It's
not fun.
glitchy.
Yeah, and they didn't even try to
I'm just
service
saying.
the cutscenes or anything.
Never played Forces. Never plan to do it anyways.
Yeah.
And also, what's it called? Okay, technically I played Sonic Lost World, but that was a demo on the Wii U, and at the time I didn't have any money. I was a kid back then.
The only reason I even own a copy of...
And even then, from what I heard
Lost
from
World?
people, it's not that good, so I don't even...
No, it's not. But the only reason I even have the game is because it was on like a 90% discount on Steam. It was like $7. I'm like, you know, from 60 to 7, I'll take it. I
it's
will.
on Steam, which is probably the better version to play anyways. But I'm kinda...
Yeah, there's
I kinda
Steam.
don't want to because, you know,
Yeah.
it's
No,
Sonic
I wouldn't.
Lost World.
I'm still gonna try it at some point in my life, but I'm not gonna make it like my life's mission to play that game. You know? I do have Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 on my PC as well, but I've
Oh.
played like a collective like 2 minutes of... It's not that I don't want to play Adventure, it's just... It kind of got boring for me, because it's a lot of... Like, the level design is good, but then...
I don't know. Okay, I don't mean to sound like a dick or how to say this, like someone who's kind of heartless. or something like that. But I don't know. I was kind of like at a friend's house, and he was just playing random videos on YouTube. And one of the videos was so happened to be this guy who was talking about like some sort of like therapy counselor, and he was explaining, oh, this good character, and guess who the good character was? Oh, I just wanted you to guess who it was. No? Look at him. He's Shadow the Hedgehog. And I thought to myself, of course.
I think he's my favorite Sonic character now because of Shadow Generations. But before that, I think it was a tie between Silver and Blaze the Cat. I love Silver the Hedgehog, and I absolutely adore Blaze the Cat. And the reason I love Blaze the Cat is because of the games that I'm going to tell you need to play. Sonic Adventure, or not Sonic Adventure, Sonic Rush, and Sonic Rush 2.
AKA I did play Sonic Rush. Like, not on, I do have Sonic Rush with me.
Dude, Sonic Rush is actually, like, the epitome of my childhood. I played that game for hours. I just beat it again.
Sonic Rush is the game where Sonic goes, yeah, whoa, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Whereas Blaze is introduced. She's such a good character in that game. Like, it's a bit simple, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not the greatest game ever. But it is one of the best Sonic games ever made.
Oh, okay. I mean...
I will say that Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure are both, like, Shadow Generations tier games. They're both absolutely amazing.
That's kind of bold for you to say. I'm just saying.
For the generation that they came out in, they were really good. Sonic Generations was also really good. It was literally a generational game. Like, it was very well designed. The levels were very smooth. The only problem that I had with Sonic Generations was the game really felt off. Like, they made a 3D Sonic game, but then they made it a platformer. And it kind of ruined the whole feel of the game.
Huh.
But you know, it worked in the 2D section with the classic Sonic, but they did it in modern Sonic, which just it didn't make much sense. Which is why I think
I'm gonna be honest.
is the better.
Overall, my thoughts on Sonic is Sonic exists. You know?
Yeah.
He does exist.
Sonic sometimes has good games, but most of the time he has fantastic and okay games. Very rarely.
If I had to say all of his games, like including all the good and bad games, I would say Sonic the Hedgehog is a mediocre franchise. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. I think he has really, really low lows, but very high highs.
Yeah, and I feel like that balances out to just mediocre.
Maybe not very high highs, but he has, you know, higher highs.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you do have really good games. You know, you've got your Unleashed, you've got your Generations, both Sonic and Shadow. You've got Rush and Rush Adventure. You have the original adventure games, 1 and 2. Which are still, while rough, they're still good.
Hmm.
And you've got your colors for the DS, but otherwise, his other 3D games, you know, 06, or what's the one? Sonic and the Secret Rings? That game was not fun.
I mean, yeah.
I tried Sonic and the Secret Rings. I still own my copy of the game. I literally did not play past the tutorial because it felt so clunky and slow.
Speaking of like of kind of like bad games, I want to ask you this: what is like to you a guilty pleasure of a game? Like you know the game is bad, but you just can't help but to play it. You know?
Pokemon Unite.
Huh? Really? Because mine, I think, I don't know what it is definitively, but if I have to go by my memory, Mega Man X6.
Now, I'm gonna actually give you an actual answer because Pokemon Unite is an online game, so it's not even like an actual Pokemon game,
Yeah.
and it's a MOBA. So really, you're not even fighting the game; you're really just fighting the players.
The funny
The
thing
game is
is,
the game is really good,
I had
but the
experience
player
with
base is just
I have experience with mobile games, and
no, not
I
mobile
grew up with
games.
some mobile games. Like my favorite mobile game series is Angry Birds. I don't know.
Brother,
I just like the destruction that happens, you know. And
brother, not mobile, MOBA.
okay.
It's like League of Legends kind of stuff.
That,
But
that type,
it's not
that type.
the same as League though. It's much faster. It is a much faster game than League. The games only last for 10 minutes at most, so it's a lot simpler than the 3-hour long games.
Oh yeah, I had to restart the whole thing because it's easier to just like
I know, save
if you
warp.
okay as a young Link, if you if you save your game
Yeah,
and you kind of what's it called
yeah, I know, save
restart
warp,
the game, then you go back to like
save warp.
to Link's
Yeah,
treehouse.
yeah, I know. It's
Hold
a
on,
glitch. It's like a tech. It's
a
called
minute.
save warp. I know that one. Or maybe it's called no, not wrong warp. Wrong warp is something else.
Okay. Okay, so fortunately I'm gonna have to like end the stream right now. But let's just say I made a lot more progress here than Breath of the Wild. To be honest. I feel like I was kind of doing not much over there, you know?
Yeah, that happens. You know.
I mean, listen, hold on, let me just say this. Do you want to say something to the audience right now? Zama?
Hope y'all had as much fun as I did
Yeah,
messing
I
around,
enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing
watching
this.
this amazing dude play these amazing games.
Thank you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully I can get the lag issue working